Hi guys, my name is Misha Charoudin and you might know me from my videos of me driving the Nürburgring. But today, as you can see, we're in beautiful sunny Slovenia at NOVUS Racing Simulators. Because as you might know, I have a NOVUS X Motion myself that I'm using to sharpen my skills and also try out different techniques that otherwise would be a bit too dangerous to try in real life scenario. So let's hop inside and see how these state-of-the-art simulators are being built. Hey, how are you doing?
Great, you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, since your last visit, we've been developing some new features for the sim, so I think it's best if we start by visiting our engineering wizard, Luca.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Hi Misha,
Hey,
nice to see you again.
Good seeing you again. Yeah, good, how are you?
Great. So, as Mark said, we've been busy working on some improvements to the actuators, the brain box, stuff like that. Let's check out some of the designs and see
Let's do
the
it.
changes. So this is the design of the actuator. We've used some new materials to make the operations even quieter. And as you know, they've been quiet before. Right now they are about 30% quieter.
Okay.
So I think we've succeeded in that. We've increased the stroke by 20%. So the whole sim can lean even more now.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Definitely handy on the Nürburgring when you have all the bumps and compressions.
And the curves will feel even more intense. So you will test it out later and tell me if you notice any changes.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Great.
Yeah. And for now, maybe we can take a look at the welding area down below and the assembly. So yeah, let's go and check it out.
Let's do it.
So, as you know, we are using an aluminum frame, and normally you would use arc welding or TIG welding to weld it together. But we are just simply not satisfied with the results. So the main difference with laser welding is that the energy density of the weld itself is much higher. Basically that just means that less temperature is emitted into the workpiece and more of the energy is concentrated into the weld itself. So that's really helpful when it comes to not bending the frame while you're welding it together. Now the process is much faster.
Very seamless.
Yeah, so you can see here's our jig. This is where we put the tubing in and then we weld it with the machine. Here are some of the brake boxes, which are also welded together with the laser. And if we move here, you can see the finished frame ready to be painted, and the laser.
Can I touch it even, or is it gonna? Before it's gonna get like oxidated or something.
So some hard to reach areas are still TIG welded, but these are not critical because it's a lot of material and the heat isn't such a problem. But on the flanges down here, we use laser welding.
Amazing.
Yeah, and especially noticeable is this stitch weld on the entire sheet metal on top. Because with the one in the showroom, when we still have it TIG welded, we had to do like a stitch here, stitch there, so it didn't warp the entire frame. But here it's entire seam, and I think it just looks.
Exactly. It's you should actually offer this as an option to have it like fully naked instead.
We are thinking about it.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
We'll probably bring one to the expo that is like naked, like this one, and I think it will look good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think now we can check out the fully loaded X Motion we're building. Luca knows the ins and outs.
We were checking out before on the computer. This one still needs to be mounted, like on here on the frame. And as you can see, this is the reason we can achieve more stroke. We've inverted the lower bearing, and the internals have now a lot more space to move. But the external dimensions, the body is remain the same. Speaking of the body, this is the raw aluminum frame, like as it comes out of the machine.
Wow.
And as you can see, it's made from one piece aluminum. It's a really big block, and it's really, we made it bulletproof and tough and
that's beautiful
to break.
Yeah, you should actually offer options to have it like just like uncoated, because it's really it's really state of the art. Fantastic. And it's light as well.
So with using aluminum components, we usually run into the issue of threads. Aluminum is relatively soft and the threads get worn out or cross-threaded, so we use threaded insert coil for all the threads on the entire simulator. So there is really nothing that can no thread can get destroyed.
And if it can get destroyed, you can actually replace it easily.
Exactly.
Amazing. You thought of everything. Right.
So here we have the components set up to install on this simulator. It's a similar spec to yours, using the active pedal, of course, the game changer.
Yeah, which simulates the working of ABS, so it can actually learn you how not to break into ABS. That's actually a very important component. I remember from the GT drivers, from the pro drivers, you do not want to break in ABS because it actually shakes up the car, ABS, and for endurance racing, you want to avoid the extra stress on the components because otherwise you might not make it to the finish line. A very crazy, far-fetched idea, but this was the game changer for actually professional drivers.
So another thing of the active pedal, for me, a big bonus is the adjustability of the...
Yes.
You can adjust exactly the curve and all the forces. You also get when you lock the brakes, it also has an effect, not only ABS. So I really think it's a great piece of equipment that's must for any professional simulator to train.
Because you can basically practice driving a street car with kind of soft-ish brakes, or for people who skip a leg day every time, or you can actually like put it in full. I think like 150 bar is like maximum. It's kilograms. Yeah. It's quite high, and it simulates like almost like a race car in my perspective. Like I'm driving the M4 GT4, and there the pedal is very stiff, and it helps me definitely also to practice the feeling in my foot to make sure that I can actually have the same pedal control in this case.
Exactly. Yeah. So for the wheelbase, we are using the SimuCube Ultimate, the top of the line available on the market. I really think there's nothing that can beat it. And it's just the best for adjusting everything and the feedback.
We can get very nerdy about it, but I know myself that this is just like it simulates exactly the steering, not only the steering sense in terms of like how hard it is, but also like how the steering wheel reacts when you hit certain curbs or bumps, etc. So this is like a very good.
And for the shifters, handbrakes, this is a sequential. We use MME. They are right across the street from us, and they design real shifters for real race cars, and they transferred into sim racing to just make some really high-end equipment. And this is a similar concept, like made tough and indestructible, and the feedback is just great. This one has a real sequential mechanism inside that is moving, and you can really
you feel the click.
Yeah.
Amazing, especially for rally driving. That's nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, and another thing which was really carefully considered on this X-Motion was the adjustability of the steering wheel or the steering wheel base. So obviously we know that driver ergonomics are really important, so I think Luca can show you around of the adjustability range.
Yeah, so our wheelbase mount is adjustable in angle, in pitch, and we can move it so inside out, move it closer or farther away. Also the seat, of course, is on sliders, and the pedals are on sliders, so you can really adjust the seating position to any kind of style you want. You can set it up for a GT car, a Formula car, or a rally car. Also for different kind of sizes of people, so from really short to really tall, they can all fit inside our simulator, which some really have struggled with other frames on the market.
Yeah, exactly, and this is actually what we like, us at Vulcan Alpha, because we are different builds in terms of body size and weight, but also when we have different guests come to us and they try out the Novus, and I'm like, hey, you could, they only adjust the seat. I'm like, hey, you can adjust the pedals. Oh, really? You can adjust the steering wheel. Oh, really? And that's really unique, and that allows the possibility to really tailor the sim to any kind of person. So it's not just like you buy it for yourself and then it's most of the time it's fixed, but for people who want to set up, for example, like a sim racing cafes or centers, it's really convenient because then you can easily, quickly adjust it to any kind of driver. That's fantastic.
And also a good base is really important because you can upgrade your wheelbase, you can upgrade the pedal box, but a sturdy and well-adjustable base is something that will stay with you and you can use throughout your sim racing career.
Exactly, and it's very light and you can take it everywhere with you without having to involve a moving company.
Yeah, so I think we just about mentioned everything here, so we can move upstairs and you can try the sim.
The fun part, let's do it. Wow, that was amazing. Novus X Motion was already fantastic and it's been made even better. And worry not, we're not going to let you hanging with just B-roll of me driving. As a matter of fact, we shot a full wet lap guide of the Nürburgring, and that's going to be a separate video of its own because otherwise it's going to make this one a bit too long. So anyway, this means subscribe and stay tuned for that.
So Misha, thank you for your visit. It's been a real pleasure having you here, and I hope we see you soon.
Thank you so much for the invite. Thank you very much for showing me around. It was amazing to try it out, so I hope I'll get my hands on it as well back at the Nürburgring.
Absolutely, we're getting it ready.
Awesome. Thank you so much and see you guys soon.
See you soon.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.